Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a August budget set up with me. I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. I will say that July, I pretty much tracked my expenses as far as my utilities and every recurring expenses, but I didn't really track my spending too much. Well, this month I need to get more intentional with that. This is already August 2nd, but I have been tracking my daily spending. So after this video, I'll start logging that in the little calendar that you guys will see on the next page. So today I have my trusty dusty tools with me, my Pilot. I'm introducing these color dot markers that you'll hear about in a second. I have my whiteout in case I make some mistakes. And then I also have my Louis Vuitton over here. It's basically my insert where I've already indicated what bills are going to be coming out. I always use this as an aid for myself. And in addition to that, I did do my monthly, so I have that listed out as well in here to reference when I need to. Let's get this straightened out so you guys can see everything. So we'll go ahead and start out with filling in this page. If you are new to the channel, this is a leverage planner. Excuse me, let me pull it. This is my leverage planner from the Budget Mom. I always link it down below. So let's go ahead and get started. So when I mention that I'm gonna be more intentional this month, it's because really, it's because really, I was intentional last month with just watching my spending, but I really didn't document it as much as I should. And I really want to slowly get back into like the cash envelope or the cashless envelope style of budgeting, but I'm gonna just kind of ease myself into it, because if I give myself too strict of guidelines, I'll really be really hard on myself and then I get anxious about it. So financial goals for last month were, let's take a peek. Save more and create a home fund, okay? So I'd like to save more again, and watch my spending for Dom's birthday party. Watch Dom's B-Day money. We'll just track it like that. My savings challenge was to save at least $400. I'm going to do the same this month. And I actually surpassed that goal, so that was great. Areas to cut spending always are gonna be food for me. And then I guess just miscellaneous spending. Like really identify my wants versus my needs for the house. Pretty much I have everything I need now for the house, which I pretty much did when I moved in. But before, there were just a few things that I needed to make sure I had, okay? So we'll go ahead and move into this section. Let me move my calendar over a little bit. Okay, so the monthly income. So this month I will be getting paid on 8/8. And again on 8/22. Just gonna skip some lines, whatever. Okay, so description is going to be salary. Budgeted is $1781.49. $1781.49. Okay, so that's budgeted. It's basically going to map out, but of course, I come up here and I should be checking off when I get paid the actual amount, and if there's a difference, same thing for that salary amount. Okay, so before I get into the monthly expenses portion, I want to talk about these clean dot markers. I purchased these from Let's Make It Sparkle a few weeks ago, and I decided that I would like to use these in this planner to color code. Even though I have the auto function here, or the column, I'd like to color code what comes out automatically and what I pay manually. So I think automatic payments will be gray, and manual payments will be this fawn color. And I did some tests. I have some videos, on IGTV. I started to kind of explore with that. Again, I only had one video on there previously, but if you'd like to see a pen test with that, I did that. And I also did this monthly spread on my IGTV. Okay, so we're gonna get started with expenses. So my mortgage is not due yet. I don't know how it works for any of you all, but when I paid my closing costs, I essentially paid for the month of July and the month of August within those closing costs, plus a ton of other fees. So my first mortgage payment won't be until September 1st. However, I have plans to start saving money now towards that, because I don't ever pay out my full living expense, or well, let's say rent at that time, from that month that it's, I have to prep here, because how could I take money from September, right? So this first check, I'll have to manage and make sure I have the necessary amount I need to take out, which my first check of August will be that. And then my second check, same thing. I always have a little bit left over because, like, for example, I just got paid for the last time in July on, let's see. I did not mark my paydays. I'm sorry, on the 25th, okay? I just got paid the last time in July on the 25th. I know I'm gonna have money left over from there to put into August expenses. It just works like that. But still, I like to divvy out money from August for September, because that's how I've always worked it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start down the line, basically going in order. So the first is Disney Plus, okay? And that due date is 8/1. Almost made an error. The next expense is my student loan. And that expense is due on 8/2, okay? Then we have ComEd, my first ComEd bill for here, which is due 8/6. Then I have a Best Buy bill, which is due 8/9. The next one is going to be my home warranty. So I'm gonna abbreviate it as HAS. This is my home warranty for things like my dishwasher, my dishwasher, my AC, my furnace, all those things. If you've never heard of a home warranty, you should really look into it. So that's due on the 10th. And then I have Nicor, which is my gas supplier, due on the 12th. Insurance, due on the 12th as well. We have Cell, due on the 18th. Apple Care, which I'm gonna abbreviate AC, is due, oh man, I skipped one. Shoot, it's okay. Apple Care needs to go below. Okay, that's fine. It's actually, this needs to be HP Inc., which is also due on the 18th. Then we have Apple Care, due on the 19th. Then we have Xfinity. I just have internet. This is due on the 25th. This is writing really strange. It's a new pen. Then we have Car Note, which is due on the 27th. And I'm gonna put a spot for water. I don't know when it's due, but I think that the bill might be generated this month. So, because at this point I'll be, as of August like 17th, I'll be 45 days. So they say there's a bill usually generated after 30 to 45 days. So I'm gonna be expecting a bill for that. And then also we're going to put mortgage, okay? So let's see, okay. And mortgage, I just need to have that by obviously 8/31, okay? So now we'll go through and put all of the budget amounts, which this is $12.99, this is $125, ComEd is $52, Best Buy is $30.09, American Home Shield is $43.74, Nicor is $23.23, insurance My insurance went up a little bit when I moved. $74.61. This is my last payment like this for this cell phone bill because I'll now own my phone after that. So my cell phone bill is gonna go down by $52 after this month. I'm so excited. HP Ink is $5.30. Apple Care is $5.99. Xfinity is $64. Car is $242.44. Water, we don't know yet. Mortgage is $12.11, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So now we're gonna go ahead and just add everything up. Actually, I'm sorry, my bad. We have to add in some other things like gas for my car, groceries, and tolls. So I'm gonna estimate that I am going to use $160 worth of gas. That's $40 a week. It's never that much, but I always overestimate because gas prices always fluctuate. Groceries, I'm going to say $280, and that's $70 a week for a family of 3. And then tolls are anywhere, I'm only working probably 2 days a week in the office, so let's compute that together. So if it's 95 cents and I hit 2 tolls per day, that's $1.90 per day, $3.80 per week, $15.20 per month, or for this month. So let's just put in $16, okay? So these don't have due dates, but I do want to pull those expenses out. And then before we add everything, let's go ahead with our clean dot markers and indicate the auto pays, which is basically everything is auto pay. But I have it like that because that is not auto pay, y'all. This is water. And then I'm gonna fix this. I don't know why I don't have this on auto pay. I said that in my plan with me, like it doesn't work well on that's okay. And this is manual, okay? I'm not going to list those because I know those are just, heck, you know what we can do? Variable expenses. We can mark them with this island coral color. Boom, 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 okay? So now we've color coded those, which I did that same thing in my monthly. So now let's add everything up. So let's start with the salary. So $1781.49 is a total of $3,562.98. Okay, and now let's get the expenses added up. So $12.99. Okay, $25.65, right? Yep, $25.65. All right, and then I wanted to add, I did this off camera. I added $100 as an estimate. I think I might have said this already. I don't know. Anyways, I added $100 as an estimate for my water bill. I don't know if that's too much or too little, but we won't know until that's why it's in the budgeted column. So my total expenses come out to $2,565.78. Okay, so the difference in that is, so 3,562.98 minus 2,565.78 equals $997.20. So you have to think, I also want to put 400 of that in savings. So $597 is not accounted for. What I will say some of that money will go to are going to be diapers for Dom and wipes. Other than that, he has no other outside expenses, but we will also say, hey, we need to account for not hospital copays, doctor visit copays. But as long as we have that in our mind, then now we know, okay? So we won't be able to fill in the total spent this month yet, the total debt paid, or the money saved yet, because we're not done with the month. But let's go ahead and move on to the next page. So this was the daily spending calendar I was speaking about, something that I really want to be intentional with. So we're going to fill it in together. So Saturday was the 1st of August, and then we'll just fill in the rest here. I did not use this last month, and I should have. And then also, just as a note, my expenses are going to change a little bit next month again, because I'll tell you in a second. Let me get these dates down. I don't want to mess these up. Okay, and then one more day. All right, my expenses will change next month because this Best Buy is one-time thing. I literally bought iPhone chargers on my Best Buy credit card to keep it open. You have to have one purchase per year to keep your credit card open. That's my only credit card I have. And then I'm going to look into Apple Care because I've had my iPad for quite a while now, and Apple Care I feel like can only be covered for like a 2-year time span. So if I'm past my 2 years, I think that even if I keep paying into it, I don't know if my device is eligible for it. So I'm gonna look into that, might drop that $5.99 off. And then again, I told you guys that my cell phone bill is going to be going down by $52.09 to be exact. And other than that, the water bill will change a little bit. We won't know until obviously I get that bill. And then this stuff, like I said, I overestimate on purpose. Sometimes I'll go over on groceries, just depending on, I really was working on like getting my inventory and my stock back up in my freezer and my pantry. I'm just about there. So that amount may not fall into every month, but we'll see. Dominic is getting older and he's only getting hungrier. So I may never be lower than that. I don't know. Okay. So now priority and debt progress. For here, the debt thing that I want to work on, this is new. I am leasing my current car. However, I always had in my mind that I wanted to buy it at the end of my lease. I went the other week to figure out like numbers on certain things if I weren't going to buy it, and it just doesn't work out for me. So I am going to notate that here, and we're going to figure out a way. I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm just going to tell you guys that I don't have anything to write in right now. But there's no interest rate on it because it's a lease right now. But the idea is that my lease is up May 4, 2021 on the car. And on that day or around that time, I'm going to have to make a decision if I'm going to turn the car back in or not. Well, the funny thing is, when I first got the car, May 4, 2018, I was pregnant. I had a job that was only 10 minutes away from where I lived, and I wasn't driving a lot at all. I had no plans to be driving a lot. Well, when I was on maternity leave, I got a new job, and I drive 94 miles a day when I go to work. So my mileage went over by a long shot on this vehicle. And at that point, I already love Hondas. I've always loved Hondas, and I'm okay with keeping a Honda. It's a Honda Civic. I love it. It's perfect for me and Dom. But if I turn this in, I'm gonna have to not only pay money, but then I'm gonna have to, like, it's just, it's a lose-lose in a lot of situations. So anyway, I've decided to keep the car after the lease is over. I don't see my mind really changing. I can't say I'm 100%, committed to that, but for the most part, yes, I am. So that is going to be the debt that I'm working on here. Over the next course of this year, once my lease is up in May 4th, 2021, this year alone, from May 4th, 2020 to May 4th, 2021, I'll pay about $2,500 to the car. And then there's gonna be about $13,000 left over. I don't wanna finance that. So what I would rather do is just pay cash. So I'm going to have to work aggressively from now until then, because I have about like 10 months, 9 to 10 months at this point to get that money saved. So I have to actually I have plans to read up on the Budget Mom to see how I need to go about this to save the most amount of money towards this. And basically I'm gonna be throwing all my extra money towards the car. And so this will be my first larger debt that I've ever tried to pay off before. I also have student loans, which we won't even talk about because it's just overwhelming, but that'll be my next thing to pay off my student loans, and then of course my house after that. So I just wanted to give you guys some insight on that. For for my savings challenge, the little box that you guys just saw, we're doing, it's saving goals. We're doing personal savings, Christmas, personal savings, Christmas 2020, and a home fund. Okay, total goal amount for this month is 400. Goal date 8/31, and then that's fine. So goal amount for, I don't even think I put a goal amount. Oh shoot, sorry y'all. I don't even think I put a goal amount for July when I put the Christmas thing. Oh, I did. I said total goal amount. Oh, is 500, but it's for 12/1. I want that by December 1st. And then home fund, 500. This is just for miscellaneous stuff. And that's for 12/31. I did not save. I still have time to save from my current check into these funds. So I'm gonna update that after because I still have to close out July's budget, honestly. Okay. How can I improve my finances next month? That's again something that is kind of reflections that will tie in with these questions. But in the meantime, what I'll do is work on everything else. Like I'll work, like when I get done filming this video, I will go and make sure I track what I spent yesterday and then track, of course, what I spent today. Hopefully I don't spend any more money besides gas. But really the daily spending, this is going to be, it's not going to be like groceries, right, and gas. It's going to be things outside of those categories. So if I go, like today I bought some hair care products, that's outside of these categories. I need to mark that. Yesterday I got some stuff from Target that was kind of outside of these categories. I need to mark it. So that's how that will work. So basically that's what I have set up. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know it's not like super structured. I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to slowly get myself back into that very structured budget lifestyle that I was in when I was doing like the cash envelopes and I was not spending more than that. If I didn't have money, I didn't get it or whatever. I'm swiping my card. So right now, the plan for this month is to ease in by tracking that spending to see where it's going. And I'll probably come up with some sort of color coding technique here to mark like where did I spend that money. Like Target needs its own, like if I spent money at Target, a red dot needs to go next to it because I need to stay out of Target. So that's the plan. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. And that's all that I really have. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and I will see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.